In this video, I'm going to bring you through the exact same landing page structure, funnel, and creative process that a company doing over $1 million per month is using right now. So you can do the same for your business. And by the way, I'm showing you this video because my main strategy when it comes to working with my clients is studying best direct competitors so that we can take inspiration from what they're doing, and we can utilize the same exact strategies to also scale to 7-figure months. With no further ado, let's get right into the video. Great. So before we get going into the video and before I disguise and talk about this pretty cool brand, which is also in a great industry, which I love, I'll discuss about this in a second. But before I do, this is just one of our clients, just so you know the type of caliber of clients that we're used to working with, usually typically 7- and 8-figure companies. This client alone just did $49,000 in revenue. And if we just look at, also another day, like the day before, 45,000. So we're overing between $40,000 and $50,000 a day in revenue. Why am I showing you this? Well, I'm showing you this because the strategies that I'm going to disguise or bring you through that this other 8-figure company is using we get inspiration from. So it's not that we just wake up in the morning and come up with 8 random ideas and we try to test them. Every single test is calculated based on data, based on direct competitors, right? So I'm not specifically talking about this client. This is just one of our clients that has nothing to do with the brand that I'm just going to show you in just a second. But just from a general perspective, we want to only take action on things that have been proven to work in the past. And that is where 80% of your resources, time, money, and energy should go towards. And then the 20% you can explore, test new things, test new concepts, but at least 80% should go on proven concepts. Now, before I move on, or actually, no, I have nothing else to say. Let's move on. The company that I want to talk about is called, drumroll, Wuffes. If you don't know Wuffes, let me just open up their website here. Boom. This is their company. They're basically, let me just put myself over here. This is basically a supplement company for dogs and cats. No, I think it's actually only dogs. They also sell CBD oil, which is kind of like a challenge to sell on Facebook, but they're able to frame it quite well and also have a strategy to kind of like hide the CBD kind of thing. But they don't only do CBD. They also have like hip and joint support products. And I don't believe it says anything about CBD. CBD is just also something that they sell as an extra on their website, from what I see. So this is a great company. They're doing 7-figure months. I know on the title I wrote over $1 million a month, but I believe they're doing more because just based on their traffic, which I'm going to share in just a second here, we can analyze what they're doing. It seems that they're doing more. So what I'm going to do in this video is bring you through their ads. Okay, so you know exactly what they're doing with their ads. I'm going to bring you through a framework that we use that they're probably also using, because I know for a fact when I see it, I know it, to scale ads from a creative perspective. So what are they doing with creatives? How are they testing different creative concepts? And how are they scaling the entire process in a cheap and fast way, which is, by the way, the biggest challenge when you're trying to scale an e-commerce brand, right? Scaling the budget and bumping up the budget is quite easy, just a click of a button, but it doesn't reflect in the same exact thing when it comes to generating creatives to support the ad spend, right? If you increase your ad spend, you have to also increase or have a surplus of creatives as well. So I'm going to bring you through that. I'm going to go through the funnel as well and just also bring you through a tracking system that we're using on this tool that is changing the game when it comes to making calculated decisions, because you can't just go on and make decisions once again based on how you wake up in the morning. Everything needs to be calculated, and I'm going to share a tool. It's on here on Onshare. I'm going to show you inside and how it works for calculating and analyzing KPIs and ads. Okay, so let's start first of all with this company. Let me filter by active ads so we know how many they're running. They're running 1,783 ads across all social media platforms. I also filter by longest running ads as usual, and they're running mostly video ads, as you can see. Image ads are around 26%, which is a good proportion. And what I like to notice is, I'm not sure if this is a kind of coincidence, but in the last 2 to 3 videos that I did, or companies that I analyzed, almost all of them, or all of them actually, were running quiz funnels, right? So this is maybe just me, and I'm like, I'm not choosing these companies for these videos just because they do quiz funnels. They just happen to have a big percentage of their traffic going through quiz funnels. And so I want to show you what they're doing with quiz. Because they're taking a very, very, very smart approach. So let me show you what they're doing. So I had the kind of liberty to opening up kind of like the quiz funnels. One thing that I want to note as I show you how the quiz funnel works is that the quiz in itself is basically the same most of the times. And the main things that they change are two. Number one is maybe the first slide, right? As you see, what's your dog's name, or does your dog have joint pain issues? It's probably something that they're split testing. So this is part of their CRO team, conversion rate optimization team. And then the other thing that they're testing is basically the landing pages that they're redirecting to. So just by taking a look at here, this is just one of their landing pages, which we will go through together. And it's different compared to like the landing pages that I saw like 2 or 3 months ago, just because when we funnel hack a brand, we monitor it every couple of weeks or month just to see what they're doing and having an understanding of what they're doing. So the funnel is very simple. Let me go through it. Pet name, Brad. Let's call it Brad. How old is Brad? Let's say 3 years old. Breed, Afghan Hound. This, I'm just going to do it quite quickly. And as you can see, like they have a scrollable section. So I really like this. They have also social proof, 3,000 plus reviews, which adds authority. And also it's a personalized quiz. So people like the idea that it's personalized, which adds value. And it's also at the same time quite quick. What they're doing here is that, let's read it together. One more step. We're excited to share Brad's personalized joint health assessment. So Brad's is personalized joint health assessment is a personalization, right? To receive 58% off your joint enhancement plan, just drop your email below. So what we're doing here is that, first of all, we're collecting emails at the end, right? Because if you ask me for the email in the first step, chances are I'm like, do I really want to do this quiz? Do I really want to give my information? But if I ask at the end, they're going to do the quiz. It's going to take them like 2, 3, 4 minutes. And then at the end, after all the work, even if it's just 2, 3 minutes, but people are lazy right now in 2025. So it's just a lot of work. We ask for the email at the end. So it's like, okay, whatever. Let me just give you the email so I can get the 58% off and I can get personalization, the personalized assessment for my dog, Brad. Okay. So let me just give like a random Brad whatever at gmail.com. Personalized assessment. It's calculating everything. Blah 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 blah. And now, as you can see, we start seeing some scarcity on the top. And this is the personalized kind of landing page that they see. So the title, the exact product that they're showcasing, you're seeing right over here, is basically, of course, personalized to the quiz answer. So what you can do is that there's Shopify apps. I don't remember what apps are, but there's a bunch where you can build your quiz, and based on the choices that you receive, you can send people to a personalized page, right? It's basically something like this. I'm going to talk about this in just a second, but I did do another slide just to show you. This is how it looks like, right? Personalized quiz, and then they see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different offers, and these offers are shown based on the answers that of the people and the quiz answers, essentially. Okay, so hopefully this makes sense. Going back over here, so let's go through this landing page together, also because I really love how they're structuring this page. So first of all, they have a bunch of social proof. I really like this section. I really do, because what they've done here is that 40 plus veterinary specialists and pet experts share Wuffes with their pup patients as Woof experts. So they're basically created a clickable section where they go ahead in here and they can read the doctor's names to add authority and many more. I really like this. They didn't have this before. This is really a good thing. They have a discount. Let's take a look from the top. Meet the #1 highest reviewed hip and joint supplement for dogs. Let's just take a look at the scrollable sections they have. What I do love about these graphics is that, first of all, they're very high quality. And second of all, starting from the top, it's basically a landing page structured within the top section where of the landing page. So you don't have to scroll through the entire section. You can literally just scroll here, and it's going to be kind of like very similar to the aspects that the company talks about within the landing page itself. So at the end, they have the reviews. At the beginning, they talked about pain points, us versus them. It's basically a landing page. Okay, then you have a cool GIF of the pet eating the supplement, right? So this is I really like this a lot. There's also a mystery gift. So they're doing everything as they possibly imagine or can to have them take action and saying there's $200 worth of gifts. Spend $20 and save. Essentially what they're doing here, which I am not a fan of, to be honest, is I think they're pushing a discount they're pushing a subscription. So let me just add to cart to verify, but I think automatically they're pushing a subscription. It doesn't say subscriptions here, you see, right? It does say buy once, no discount, whatever, but it's not super clear. It is clear at checkout, I think. Let's take a look. But they're not really saying, oh, recurring payments, right? Here it says delivery every 60 days. But it's kind of like they're kind of being sneaky about the subscription element, and chances are like the product works, and so people want to subscribe either way, so they whatever, they realize that they are in a subscription, and then because they need to use the product. But I would be a bit more ethical, I would be a little bit more transparent, because people don't really read the technicalities of everything all at once, and that's probably why there's also a discount that is like 58% off, probably because they're pushing subscription. So if we go back just to verify a couple things, if I click on buy once, there's also the option to buy once, right? 6, 2, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 essentially. And all of these, I really like. What I do like here is that of course they are really pushing quantity to increase that AOV, because why? Well, advertising costs are really expensive, so they're really being smart at doing this. And I really like this. So swap to subscription, and it brings them back to the subscription. So I like this, that they're adding scarcity. So there's a lot of elements that I really do like. There's just one thing. Whoops, we have to go back. Oh my God. Let's see. Just do it very quickly. Or not. Whatever. I'm not going to do it again. Either I wanted to analyze the page. Let's see if we have another one here. We do. Okay, so the rest of the page, this is a bit different because they're sending to their actual website, but it's essentially the same thing over here. They're giving direction of views, results, right, statistics. I really like how they're structuring this. They also have like some visual elements and movement on the page, saying, okay, month 1, month 2, expectations. I can see the dog actually happy and running all over the place, and kind of like the before. Such a big thing, right? You're seeing before and then you're seeing after, right? Very big. They have like us versus them, FAQ sections, and buy now, and then a bit more information about their ingredients. I like this a lot. It's a good really good structure. What I do like about this review section over here is that, and by the way, like I know that I'm ranting a bit more, but make sure to stick until the end, because I am going to show you several different things on creative processes and what you can do to optimize that process, because doing a landing page is not really hard, but doing because you can take advantage and can take inspiration from these pages, or you can also just pay a developer, but doing the creative stuff is really hard. And by the way, on a side note, we're opening applications for our Brandlix Media, our agency. So if you are a brand doing 50, 100 minimum K per month, you can book in a call. We can have an exploration call, and we can see if we can help you as we are opening some slots for partnerships. That's just a side note. Either way, moving on over here, I want to talk about creatives, okay? We finished talking about landing pages, so let me just close all these tabs. Before we do that, let me just take a look at let's take a look at the distribution of traffic, then so that we can analyze where traffic is coming from, and also some other things, and then we can talk about creatives. So just stick with me here. So we noticed that, and basically they have where is it? These are basically their visits. I do not trust SimilarWeb 100%. It does give you pretty clear trends, which is what we look for, but I don't really trust this. I think it's more. Typically, it's always under. So 242,000 visitors, 3.2 million in December, of course, with Q4 and everything. But I know that in November they were also running a lot of ads. So it's a bit weird to see this, but yeah, it's a growing trend over here in the last 3 months. Let's take a look at some other countries they're doing. So we mostly use this to see where the traffic is running. So it seems like they're doing United States, not even Canada, just US is 65%, then 3.8% in France, 6.48% in Europe, or sorry, United Kingdom, 3.2% in Australia. So it's pretty US focused demographic, and this is distribution of age. It seems like 70% are females, 30% are males. And by the way, like when you're doing your own kind of research, you should go ahead and see these things, because based on these things, you can analyze and personalize your advertising campaigns, right? Let's take a look where most of the traffic is coming from. So these are referral sites, I believe. And this is kind of like their distribution of traffic. So they're getting some referrals. Organic traffic is a big portion, 22%. Paid search, 4.33%. A big portion of that is like near 20% is social media. And then they have lower percentages based on mail. Once again, I don't think these are really too accurate, but they give you a pretty decent understanding of their distribution. Direct is basically people that just type in and go directly to the website, but it is also a big byproduct of running ads. When you run a lot of ads for several months, at the end of the year, you're going to start getting much more direct traffic, which isn't perhaps at that point when they're typing in directly correlated to the ad, but they did explore and find your brand because of the ads that you were running. So that's what we've seen across our clients as well. And so yeah, here there's more distributions, but social media, Facebook is their primary platform. And there was one more thing. No, there's nothing else here. So let me just close this and share the framework that we use for our clients, and that also this client is using from a creative perspective. So let's talk about three things: tracking winning concepts. You can't launch new ads and new creative concepts if you don't have a systematic way of tracking what is working for you and for your own brand. Scaling with angles and concepts, how does that work? And also a fast and cheap content production strategy to bring you through how to replicate ads. Before we do this, let's take a look at what ads they're running. Let's take a look at some. I filter by longest running ads, I filter by active, and format it's videos, but let me just do it like this. So let's take a look at some.
As a large dog owner, I hear you and I need you to listen up. It is no secret a lot of large breeds develop joint-related issues in their lifetime. And
so this is a traditional B-roll with AI voiceover.
Here are the top 5 supplements to feed your dog with joint issues. 1. Glucosamine. Glucosamine stimulates growth of cartilage cells. It is argued.
So this is kind of like a mini VSL, but same process, B-rolls and voiceover. Let's take a look at this one. Same concept. By the way, these ads have been running since 2023, like 527 days. It's crazy. One thing I like about this tool it's that it gives you all this information that is really useful, and you can also transcribe the script of the AI voice or the actual video, so you can create then similar scripts. But this is another argument or topic for another day. So these are the ads that they're running. How do they do these B-rolls? They basically partner with creators, ask them to do B-rolls, and then they combine it, give it to a team of editors, give them a script with AI voiceovers, which you can do with Descript, and then they put them together and they recreate these videos. But I'm going to talk about this more in depth in just a second, and how you can do it, and also where you can find these creators, because sometimes it's really hard to find the best creators. But this is the type of videos that they're running that's working very well.
About 80% of dogs over the age of 8 have joint disease. Dr. Shannon, veterinarian here, and I wanted to talk to you today.
They're also doing kind of like partnerships where they partner with like these veterinarians where they actually talk facts, right? And so it's less biased essentially. So these work very well as well. So this is what's working well for them. So if you're selling a supplement or something similar, maybe in the same industry, it doesn't really matter. Doing also like authority figure ads are really important. Let's take a look at this one.
Most dogs that are living to their old age will on a daily basis, if they have arthritis.
Combination of B-roll and an actual real real person talking. By the way, like there's also some ads, some softwares that actually create the AI UGC avatar customer. You can tell it what to say. and then it can also hold your product. I don't have that with you right now. I have to ask a friend because they introduced me to the tool, but it's actually quite crazy. You can choose your avatar. You can tell the avatar AI UGC person what to say. It can also hold your product. It's kind of crazy. If I come up with it, and I will, let me know if you're interested in the comments, and I can share this tool with you because it's quite interesting. Moving forward, now that we know exactly what ads work for them, it's really important to have a systematized process to track winning concepts. The tools that we use are two: Try Archer and Google Sheets. And I'm gonna bring you through the Try Archer tool. It's this one over here, and it's essentially this entire platform that you're seeing, but it's in the analytics section. I cannot click on this because we're testing it for some clients, as you see, but I cannot, of course, click it because then you're gonna see the client. And their data. So we're testing it for 1, 2, 3, 4 clients at the moment. We're seeing very, very great data back, and so we're probably going to add more clients to it soon. Okay, so this is what the dashboard looks like, just so you see it on your end. You can have basically a whole and by the way, why are we doing this? We're doing this to track winning concepts so we know what works and we can make calculated decisions. So other than this kind of dashboard that they give to you based on spend, ROAS, CPA, purchase value, AOV, cost per, basically a triple whale dashboard. It also gives you a breakdown of very, very clear indications of where you're spending, what is getting the most traction, what is the most profitable, what are the winning ads, filter by headline, copy, creative. I'll show you in just a second. We have a format, by gender, by platform, breakdowns, right? And if you click on this arrow, it gives you even more breakdowns. And also top creatives tagged by spend. So most divided into three: by theme, by ad angles, by emotion. So we know essentially that free gifts angle for this account that you're showing, which is a demo account, is working well. The emotions that we want to inspire are relief, excitement, and confidence as the top 3. And also testimonial, problem, solution, themes, theme ad, and promotion discounts are the top 3 winning kind of ads. And so you can pretty much take a very analytical view of your ads. And you can also, I have to cover it here because it's a client account, but it filters by top spend based on ads and based on creatives. So you know exactly what is the spend and what is the ROAS. Spend, ROAS, and then you can also switch on different kind of reporting visuals, right? And same thing with like top performing ads, creative, images, videos, hooks, copies, headline, landing pages. This is so valuable. Like you can filter by ROAS, by spend, and filter by these different aspects which are super detrimental towards understanding what's working and what's not working. So once again, before we decide and take decisions on, okay, I want to do this, and that as a next step and next test, we go in here and we analyze the entire situation. Test it. It's a great tool. I really recommend it. The other thing that we use is actually do it manually on Google Sheets. And this is kind of like the traditional approach that we've always kind of been using. And what we do here is that we have a sheet called Testing Tracker. I speak about this every time. And by the way, if you want all of this sheet, before I talk about this, I have a sheet that has a daily report that you can use for your own brand. Kind of creative concept sheet with different creative concepts, creative testing tracker, ad copies, visuals. This is how we track everything for all of our clients: UGC sheet, storyboards, CRO tracker, email flow. Like we have a bunch of, this is what we create for our clients, no matter the service, just as a command center to have everything as a documented approach. And so if you want this, you can just click the link down below. There's a link to actually get access to this. Just give us your email and we'll send you this exact same template. Just make sure you create your own copy. Going back to what I was talking about before, this is how we track everything here on the sheet side. So we have each single test that we put on in the ad account, which is typically an ad set that has multiple ads, is basically a row. So test 1, test 2, test 3, up to 8, test 7, until we have some clients that have like 400 tests. And so the good thing here is that you can also filter by these tests, filter by month, by product, which is why we added all of these columns so that it's easier for us to filter by things. And we tell everything, we tell it everything about the test, right? What emotion we used, the avatar customer, the hook, the messaging. I spoke about this in my other videos, but essentially we document and we do the same exact thing as the Archer tool, but we do it over here. And we test, and we also have like a couple columns dedicated to learnings and next steps. And then of course we can create graphical representations based on like win rate, 11%, to be the ads that are still to be determined are 35%, right? So distribution between videos and images, all these things are kind of like we can recreate in our own way. So it's like a manual way to do it with, instead of doing with this tool, which I think we're gonna just shift to, you can also just do it manually because you're more in control of what you can kind of analyze. We do it, but we do both ways because my team is very also analytical and they want to keep track of everything and they want to have more control. Now, let's talk about scaling with angles and creative concepts, which is exactly what they are doing over here. They're testing different angles, different creatives, different avatar customers, but they're doing it strategically. So this is exactly how they're doing it. They're spending 80% of their time, which is what we do, towards winning marketing angles, and they're scaling horizontally, horizontally with different creative concepts. So if the winning marketing angle is the joint pain angle for dogs that are border collies, I don't know, just as an example, they're going to scale that exact angle with different creative concepts. So POV style, ASMR, before and after, AI UGC videos. And you can take a look in my sheet if you download it. There's a bunch of creative concepts over here if you want to take inspiration from. This is what we do for our clients, at least. We have a sheet that has 30, 40 creative concepts just as inspiration with inspo links, so you know what they are. An image grid, an advertorial, UGC, text overlay, Google search, image ad, works very well. All these things are creative concepts. So they basically choose the winning angle, and they scale horizontally with creative concepts. And then you can do the same exact thing with hooks if you want to go to that next level of testing, okay? Hopefully you get my point. This is what we do, and this is what they're doing based on the research. The other way to do it is that you can also scale a winning concept. For example, let's just say the ASMR style video worked very, very well, and then you can test new angles. But this is where you should do it where you should put 20% of your time, because this is where you want to test new angles to further scale. But it shouldn't be where you put all of your budget, because then everything becomes unprofitable, right? So 80% to winning marketing angles, scale with creative concepts, and then 20% on getting that best creative concept and finding new angles that are scalable on your account. So as I said, this is the tool I showed you just 3 seconds ago. This is how we kind of like funnel it into our sheets so that everything is documented, and that's it. How to scale fast and cheap from when it comes to creative concepts and content production. Essentially reproduce the videos that you saw. I've spoken about this many times, but long story short, you partner with UGC creators, you ask them to do B-rolls. B-rolls are scenes that are 3 to 10 seconds long. You have them put all of these scenes into a B-roll folder, and then you essentially, all you have to do is provide 2 things to your video editors. Number 1, this mega video folder, so they have a bunch of choice to choose from different scenes, the dog being happy, the dog being sad, the dog trembling, like the hook that you saw, that you probably remember, that's like a good hook with pain, right? All these scenes we request to the UGC creators. We receive like 30, 40, 50, 100 B-rolls, and then we provide the creator, the editor, our video editors, also with scripts so that they don't have to come up with the script, but my copywriter comes up with the script. And so all the video editor has to do is combine the right B-rolls with the right AI scripts, and of course they have to have a good understanding of what best e-commerce trends and editing styles exist to also make these videos go viral and generate sales, right? And they basically create, this is why it's really scalable and really cheap. You can pay $200 for one, instead of having one video, UGC video, which is the traditional route. You pay the creator like $200, $300 for one video and 3 hooks. You have them do 15, 20, 25 B-rolls for the same price, and then you have a bunch of resources that you can have. You can basically create like 50 creatives, 100 creatives, almost unlimited creatives once you have like 5 B-rolls from these creators. So a batch of B-roll number 1, number 5, B-roll batch number 4, B-roll batch number 3. You get the point, right? You get a bunch, right? But once again, this doesn't work if you don't have good editors or good copywriters. Like, you need a team to put these pieces together. That's the caveat, right? That's what we do, at least. And this is so cheap, it becomes really cheap. And it's you kill 3 birds with 1 stone, or 2 birds with 1 stone, whatever. There's also kind of an extra feature that we are starting to use called ARC ads, which is, these are basically like AI UGC people text to speech. So you can choose these avatar customer, tell them what to say, and they will say it very realistically, and then you can put them in parts of your videos, and it's really, really scalable, and it works quite well. Listen, that's it for this video. I did rant for quite a bit. I did cover quite a lot of things. Long story short, if there's one key takeaway from this video, other than of course doing good landing pages and maybe testing a quiz funnel because it's very personalized and increases engagement and conversions, is also track your winning concepts in a systematic way. We use Ultra and we have our own Google Sheets, as I explained here. Scaling with angles and creative concepts, that's the only way to scale your ad account, okay? And then fast and cheap content product. I guess the other way is scale with other markets, but I mean, I'm talking about ads, creatives. And then having a fast, reliable, repeatable process and cheap content production process that you can replicate, so that you don't have to spend $10,000 a week on creative production or an expensive agency, right? So be systematic, leverage these components, and I can guarantee you that it's going to be easier to scale. And once again, don't make calculated decisions. Don't just wake up and say like, okay, let me test the UGC ad. Make calculated decisions based on the competition. And the tool that I recommend, that I use every single day, or my team does at least, is Ultra, because it's amazing. Okay, let me know if you have any questions. I know this was in depth, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.